Richard Drucker once said, "The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said." A supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day to each and every one. I am Miss Mary Grace F. Gelbolingo, and this is my video project in compliance for my English 101 semifinal activity. So for the first question, what is globalization? Globalization is a process of interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments of different nations. This process has effects on the environment, on culture, on political systems, on economic development and prosperity, and on human physical well-being around the world. Relating this term to our class in PZ 121, or with the title course, Building and Enhancing New Literacies Across the World, this term used to describe the growing interdependence of the world's economies, cultures, and populations brought about by the cross-border trade in goods and services, technology, and flows of investment, people, and information. Furthermore, it is the process by which the local education develop international scale and the process of interaction and integration between people. Lastly, it is a social, cultural, political, and legal phenomenon. So moving on the second question, what is the importance of globalization to communication? Let's talk first about the importance of communication in globalization. So the importance of communication in globalization is paramount because individuals from different ethnicities, countries, languages, cultural attitudes, and other variations must understand one another and express themselves to another effectively in order to work together. Thus, communication skills development has always been an important factor of success in business, but the influence of globalization and cross-cultural business interaction in recent decades has impacted the types of communication skills needed in dramatic ways. Moreover, according to my research in Google, the very impacts of globalization on communication are the following. First, we have virtual interaction. Second, cultural awareness in speech. Third, cultural awareness in body language. Fourth, we have time differences. Let's talk each one of them. Why is it they have impacted globalization to communication? So the first one is what we call virtual interactions. For example, communicating via email to distant team members requires a certain etiquette and nuances, not necessarily in face-to-face interactions. Basically, this is what we are doing right now. We are having our virtual interaction and not having face-to-face because of pandemic. For the second one, we have cultural awareness in speech. Even when two people are speaking the same language, cultural differences can affect vocabulary, colloquial expressions, voice tone, and taboo topics. In Japanese business culture, for example, it can be considered rude to ask personal questions in an initial business meeting. The third impact of globalization through communication is what we call cultural awareness in body language, because it teaches students to understand acceptable speaking distances, conflict styles, eye contact, and posture in different cultures, accepting that the physical expressions of their own culture are not universally accepted. That is the reason why we have to be careful, because actions speak louder than words, especially when we are dealing with people whom we are not familiar with and with different ethnicity with us. And the last but not the least impact of globalization to communication is the time differences. Time differences because there is the need to communicate and share information with people across several time zones. When people collaborate with others on the other side of the globe, their counterparts are usually at home, maybe asleep while they are at work, or we are at work while they are asleep. That is the reason why we have to understand that we have these time differences, because we are not together with time, especially with other people from different countries. That is what time differences in globalization would mean. So that is all for my answer for this activity, and hopefully I was able to answer the questions well. And for my answers, I actually do some research. That is the reason why I got some sources via Google and shared with my own understanding. Thank you so much for listening, our dear teacher, and may God bless you always and God keep you safe always. Bye and have a blessed day. Keep safe.